first here, former chancellor says UK is falling behind on crypto opportunity. A former chancellor of the United Kingdom has raised concerns that the country is slipping behind its rivals in the European Union when it comes to the regulation of cryptocurrencies. When it comes to policy surrounding digital assets, Philip Hammond, who served as the UK's Chancellor of the Exchequer from 2016 to 2019, says that the UK is lagging behind and lacks direction. He notes that other jurisdictions are racing ahead of the UK and warns that time is running out for the UK to catch up. The issue at hand is a lack of regulation surrounding the matter and the resulting lack of clarity regarding the expectations and guidelines for all parties involved. This has resulted in a negative perception of the situation by those in positions of authority and the general public. He also emphasized that the development of digital trading infrastructure will be key to turning the UK into a hub for trading tokenized traditional assets, such as tokenized equities and tokenized bonds. Developing the infrastructure and regulations necessary for digital trading will be essential for financial institutions looking to digitize their assets. Those jurisdictions which have been able to effectively regulate digital technologies will be the ones to develop new markets and become the new financial hubs. The former minister's criticisms come despite promises from the UK government to introduce legislation to regulate the crypto industry. Hammond noted that while the country has been historically nimble in its adoption of new technologies, this has not been as apparent when it comes to regulating cryptocurrencies. He attributed this lag to a combination of insufficient resources and capacity. This is a relatively new area of technology. It can be difficult for public sector organizations with typical public sector pay structures to recruit top talent in these fields. I believe that the Financial Conduct Authority should have approached the industry and asked for secondees in order to address the talent shortage. The industry has the personnel with the necessary skills and experience to help implement the required changes. In defense, Hammond acknowledged that regulators have been under immense stress due to Brexit, COVID-19, and the resulting impacts on their working arrangements. Hammond has extensive experience in the crypto industry, currently serving as a senior advisor to Copper.co since October 2011. Copper.co is a London-based startup firm that provides custodial and infrastructure services in the digital asset sector. So, I think that's pretty cool that he wants the UK to catch up, be more up to date with crypto, what's going on in the space, make sure they're up to date with regulation, make sure they're being innovative. They don't want to be left behind. I think that is a good place to be. Kudos to the UK. Up next here, Moodys downgrades Coinbase due to bear, warns it may not be the last. Credit rating agency Moodys has downgraded Coinbase's corporate family rating, or CFR, and guaranteed senior unsecured notes, stating that both ratings are under review for further downgrade. The CFR, a rating assigned by Moodys to reflect a company's ability to honor its financial obligations, was downgraded from BA2 to BA3. This is considered to be below non-investment grade. Moodys has downgraded Coinbase's senior unsecured debt from BA1 to BA2. This type of debt is not backed by any assets and would need to be repaid before any other debts in the event of bankruptcy. In May, Cointelegraph reported that Coinbase's junk bonds tanked in response to an underwhelming first quarter. Since the report, the bonds have continued to fall by 9.5%. Moody's rationale for the downgrades highlights that Coinbase's revenue model is highly volatile and dependent on the success of the cryptocurrency market. They said that the recent price decline in crypto assets has caused customer trading activity to drop, leading to weaker revenue and cash flow for the company. On June 14th, Coinbase was forced to lay off approximately 18% of its workforce due to the uncertain economic climate. Even with this cost-cutting measure, Moody's expects the company to remain unprofitable in the current climate. As competition for customers increases, so do the offerings from companies. Binance.us has announced zero-fees spot trading for Bitcoin, following in the footsteps of Robinhood, which pioneered no-commission crypto trading in 2018. This offer provides customers with more choices and opportunities in the crypto trading market. In order to attract users to the platform, Coinbase added 5 new Ethereum ERC20 tokens on June 23rd, plus the ability for users to send and receive some assets on the Polygon network along with USD Coin and Solana. Moodys has said that it will continue to monitor crypto prices and trading volumes on the exchange and will take further actions if necessary. It will also assess the firm's ability to reduce expenses, retain talent, and respond to crypto asset regulatory developments. The ratings agency stated that Coinbase's ratings could be upgraded in the future if the company is profitable, even during a bear market, and if it diversifies its revenue through other streams not associated with trading and cryptocurrency prices. The agency noted that crypto transaction-based revenue represented 87% of Coinbase's net revenue in Q1 of 2022. Coinbase's shares were up 13.4% to close at $58.88 on Thursday. However, they fell just over 1% in after hours of trading. So far this year, its shares are down nearly 77%. I know Coinbase is a popular platform. I know a lot of you guys utilize that. If you do, let me know what your thoughts are on this. If that makes you nervous, what do you think? Do you think they'll withstand the bear market? Do you think not? Let me know. Up next here, Hoskinson pitches software-enabled crypto self-regulation to Congress. Founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, has stated that the government should establish regulations for cryptocurrencies, but the software developers should be the ones responsible for compliance. At a congressional hearing on June 23rd, Hoskinson likened the ideal arrangement for crypto regulation to the way banking self-regulation works, telling legislators that banks, not the SEC or the CFTC, are responsible for KYC AML. He said that a public-private partnership is needed to establish the boundaries for regulation, after which innovators can write software to help make it happen. The Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission are both financial regulators that have been fighting over jurisdiction of the crypto industry. Representative Austin Scott from Georgia suggested that neither the SEC nor the CFTC should have the manpower to oversee the thousands of cryptocurrencies on the market, saying that it is not possible to regulate all of them. Hoskinson noted that cryptocurrency's ability to store and transfer data means they could fulfill many regulatory functions automatically. He also suggested that the crypto industry create self-regulating organizations, or SROs, to guide compliance with regulation, as the private banking industry does. Hoskinson suggested that the industry could create a self-certification system that would automatically monitor compliance with financial regulations until an anomaly is encountered, at which point a financial authority would review it. Hoskinson argued that even if the size of the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, were quadrupled, it would not be enough to audit every American. This demonstrates why manpower should not be a concern for crypto regulation. Hoskinson informed Representative Scott that cryptocurrencies can be designed to prevent transaction settlements from occurring until the legally mandated checks have been completed. Hoskinson's June 23rd testimonial released via the IOHK website showed that he was willing to work with federal regulators to develop new rules. He stated that compliance with the regulation and legislation coming from the United States is a value that should guide the blockchain industry. He also said that because blockchain technology and digital assets are new, they cannot fit neatly into the laws and regulations that were created almost a century ago. Hoskinson's call for more clarity in cryptocurrency regulation reflects the sentiments of other industry leaders in the U.S. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce has gone on record attributing the lack of regulatory clarity as one of the reasons why the SEC has been rejecting Bitcoin exchange-traded funds from launching in the U.S. So I think that that's really cool that he, has a passion for it. Obviously, the future of crypto relies on the regulation. So I think that that's cool that he's wanting to get in, willing to help where needed, coming up with solutions. So hopefully the government takes his advice and we can kind of start moving in the right direction. Up next here, brutal and unrelentingly hard. Singapore regulators clamp down on crypto. Singapore's financial regulator and central bank has stated that it will take a tough stance on any bad behavior from the cryptocurrency industry. The comments come from Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS's chief fintech officer, Sopnendu Mohanty, who said in an interview that the regulator is brutal and unrelentingly hard on bad actors. He also hit back at the rhetoric of certain crypto market participants who have criticized the regulator for not being friendly enough to crypto and instead questioned the legitimacy of the market. He also said that they have been called out by many cryptocurrencies for not being friendly. His response has been, friendly for what? Friendly for a real economy or friendly for some unreal economy? The fintech sector chief believes that the world's reliance on private currency is the cause of wider market turmoil. Mohanty added that the city-state's due diligence process for licensing crypto businesses is extremely draconian and painfully slow in response to the conservative stance that the regulator has towards crypto. In January 2020, Singapore implemented a licensing system for crypto firms with strict criteria for approval. In December 2022, Cointelegraph reported that the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS, had rejected over 100 applications for licenses from companies who had applied. In January, cryptocurrency providers were barred from advertising their services in public areas such as public transportation, public websites, print, broadcast, and social media. The MAS has announced that it will be extending its ability to regulate crypto businesses. From April onwards, businesses will be required to obtain a license in order to provide services outside of the country. In addition, they will also be subject to anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism requirements. Many crypto businesses have been drawn to Singapore due to its low taxes and more crypto-friendly regulations. However, recent moves to tighten regulations suggest that the country is instead focusing on its central bank digital currency. On June 21st, payment systems provider Mojo Loop Foundation opened a CBDC Center of Excellence in Singapore with MAS on its working group and Mohanty as a board advisor. In light of the recent launch of the COE, it is likely that a state-backed cryptocurrency will be launched within the next 3 years. This would provide a much-needed alternative to traditional cryptocurrencies. Mohanty said that he welcomed the COE as a move that would reduce costs and inefficiencies in payment platforms and cross-border payments. He said that this was a step forward into the future of financial services. So that is a bit unfortunate. I understand the regulation and the crackdown and all of that, but it seems like they are trying to make it kind of impossible to get into crypto. It sounds like all these people are applying for licenses and they're not getting them. So hopefully we get more clarification on that soon. Next here, Eminem and Snoop Dogg turn into Bayc chars in new music video. It was only a year and a half ago that there appeared to be bad feelings between Snoop Dogg and Eminem. However, the two rappers have now released a new music video in which they are featured as bored apes. This showcases the reconciliation between the two artists, who are both Dr. Dre's prodigies. On June 24th, Eminem announced that a new song titled From the D to the LBC would be released. The accompanying artwork, a comic book style image of two cartoon monkeys representing both Snoop Dogg and Slim Shady, alludes to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. He followed up with another tweet advertising the video. You can watch that there on YouTube. Hip-hop legends have reunited to release a new music video featuring the Bored Ape Yacht Club, a non-fungible token collection built on the Ethereum blockchain. From the D to the LBC is a new music video that shows Eminem and Snoop Dogg in animated characters of apes. It was produced by First Amendment and Young California in collaboration with the BAYC. The song contains a refrain in which the two artists shout out their respective hometowns, Detroit and Long Beach. They call on listeners from all sides of each city to raise their doobies and guns in unity. In the video, M and Snoop are shown performing their verses while they morph into animated Bored Ape-style avatars. This is a preview of their performance at ApeFest 2022. It is noteworthy that both Eminem and Snoop have already had experience in the world of NFTs, previously venturing into it. As reported by Cointelegraph, Eminem, also known as Marshall Mathers III, purchased an NFT from OpenSea's NFT marketplace for $462,000, thus becoming a member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. In April, it was announced that Snoop Dogg would be investing in MoonPay, an on- and off-ramp service. MoonPay has also teamed up with Dogg's Death Row Records to create an NFT marketplace. This move was made alongside other industry VIPs such as Justin Bieber, Bruce Willis, and Ashton Kutcher. So this is a cool thing. Don't always follow the hype. Make sure you do your own research. See if this is something you want to invest in. Don't just jump in because celebrities are in it. I'm not saying don't do it, but just look into it, because I feel like people just jump in because celebrities endorse it and then they end up unhappy. Last article here, Solana smartphone saga triggers mixed reaction from crypto community. The Solana team has announced the release of Saga, an Android mobile device that is compatible with the latest stack for Web3 developers, the Solana mobile stack. This new development has been met with mixed reactions from the community, with some comparing the project to Apple and Ethereum, and others expressing concerns about Solana's network outages. Vinny Lingham praised Solana for their work on Web3, calling it the Web3's very own iPhone moment. He thanks Solana co-founder Anatoly Yakovenko for making it possible. Meanwhile, David Tyson was also impressed, calling Solana the Apple of Web3 in a tweet. Some community members used this opportunity to compare Sol's progress to the ETH network. Twitter user Thessalmain pointed out that while Solana launched a Web3 phone, Ethereum has not shown any innovation in recent years. In a Twitter thread, user NathanWeb3 explained how Solana is becoming a growing threat to Ethereum. According to the Twitter user, Sol's developers have a strong understanding of the shortcomings of ETH when it comes to user experience. Because of this, Solana's team is addressing these issues and is simplifying things for everyday users. Although some people had positive responses, others raised concerns about Solana's network outages. In early June, the price of Sol took a sharp drop after the network experienced its 5th outage within the year. This led MetaMaxi, a Twitter user, to question why Solana is trying to compete with phone manufacturers when it should instead be focusing on making its blockchain more reliable. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano ADA, has also criticized Solana's recent move. According to Hoskinson, people would need to find 7 of their friends in Discord to reboot the mobile phone, implying that the phone may experience performance issues similar to the Solana blockchain. So I'm sure we'll hear more to come on that. Let me know what you guys think, if you would utilize that. It sounds like a cool thing, but again, if they don't have the infrastructure to back it up, it's not going to work very well. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment on what you want to see in a future video, and we'll see you next time.